let's talk about this story that's kind of in these type of situations with athletes, and it's more so kind of heartbreaking and disappointing when they're a college athlete, and even in high school when it's an athlete that's has aspirations to go to college and play college ball, and then something happens to them medically that completely destroys their dream. Now, this is my first time coming across this article. The title: former Tennessee wide receiver Bru McCoy announces medical retirement from football. The title itself is, it's kind of sad. I hate to hear things like this. Even if it could be a knee, a hip, a back. You look at Victor Wembanyama in the NBA having issues with blood clots. You look at Chris Bosh late in his career towards the end of the Miami Heat run, was having blood clot issues, and it ended his career. I don't know what this young man's, what the situation may or may not be, but it's just, I find this kind of heartbreaking. But let's read the article and see what it says. Former Tennessee wide receiver Bru McCoy is hanging up his cleats. It's with a heavy heart, but a feeling of gratitude that I share with you guys that I made the difficult decision to medically retire from football, the announcement said. This has been one of the toughest decisions of my life, but after careful consideration with my doctors, family, and people closest to me, I've come to the conclusion that it's the right path for my long-term health and well-being. No teams selected McCoy during last month's NFL draft, despite some buzz leading up to the event. And Jordan Schultz of Fox Sports reported, my understanding is it was made known during the draft not to select him. McCoy referenced his health history in the announcement. As many of you know, I came back and played last year after what could have been a career-ending injury, he said. I felt it was my responsibility to myself, coaches, family, and most importantly, the community I have here in Knoxville to give back for all of the love that has been shown to me. McCoy was limited to 5 games in 2023 because of what Patrick Brown of 247 Sports called a scary ankle injury that required multiple surgeries and a lengthy stint in the hospital after he was stretchered off the field and into an ambulance. The wide receiver started his collegiate career at USC, but never established himself as a difference maker for the Trojans. As Brown detailed, he missed his freshman season because of an illness, played just 6 games in the pandemic-shortened season in 2020, and then missed the 2021 campaign as a Title V investigation. Title V investigation that resulted in no charges played itself out. He started with Tennessee in the 2022 season and posted career highs across the board with 52 catches for 667 yards and 4 scores. He returned from his 2023 injury this past season and helped lead the Volunteers to the college football playoff with 39 catches for 472 yards and 2 touchdowns. McCoy was seen as a potential mid-round draft prospect after his time at Tennessee. Bleacher Report's scouting department ranked him as the 178th best overall player and 23rd best wide receiver in its final big board of prospects. That injury definitely did not help him. Even though, I mean, this is just, Bleacher Report is just one publication ranking. And the injury probably, well, I'm not going to say probably, it definitely slowed him down. You're looking at recovery time, and he knows his body better than anybody. And it's just an unfortunate situation that, you know, a lot of athletes have this decision to make. You have some college football players that they might have a history of concussions and only one, let's say 1 or 2 was diagnosed. There could be an additional 2 or 3 that, you know, the player was able to play off and keep playing. So when they're sitting there alone and they're thinking about their health and their career, they have to come to this decision that, you know, should I continue to pursue my lifelong dream? You know, and with Bru McCoy, you know, he might, even though he might be healed, he might still be feeling like residual effects as far as pain, piercing pain in his ankle. So now he got to ask himself, is this something that he's going to be able to tolerate throughout the duration of his NFL career? And he's probably, you know, if it is something like that, he might be experiencing this on his comeback trail in order for him to put up better numbers and put up a better showing. You know, if he was able to go to the combine and run and put up that might have created extra pain, extra maintenance that he would need, that he didn't need before the injury. And it probably wore him down. And then he might have saw the Bleacher Report of him being ranked 178th, the 23rd best wide receiver in college. Now you add all of that into the equation, and it might have been just too much for him. And he might have been like, you know what, it's, you know, I had a good run in college, it was fun, but, you know, I'm gonna go do something else. And I wish that young man the best. I wish it would have worked out better for him, but like I said, he knows his body better than anybody, and maybe this decision is for the best. So, to Bru McCoy, salute to you, young brother, and I wish you nothing but the best in your future endeavors. So, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. This is Shy Out of Town Sports, and we are out.